Hey guys, a few things I want to talk about today in this video. Number one, I was on a walk today, and man, if you're on and deep into a spiritual journey like I am, you'll have these moments where you are just in awe of your human experience. You're in fucking awe, and you look back and you'll have these nostalgic moments, not as though that you want to go back or that you necessarily miss them, but it's just, again, this feeling of awe for me, this feeling of wow, this feeling of how perfect was all of that set up to get me to where I am now. You know, all of the relationships, all of the situations, all of the experiences, all of the jobs, everything. It blows my mind sometimes. And all of the things that were either difficult or very uncomfortable or didn't make sense at the time are just, you look back and you're like, genius. So genius. That my higher self, that the universe, that everything set that up for me to experience. That it all grinded you to the human that you are, to the soul that you are now. It all allowed you to scrape away all that wasn't you to get to where you are now. It's beautiful. The more you're on the spiritual path and journey, the more you'll have these moments of holy shit. And you'll feel like the depth too. You'll feel the depth of life. Of like, holy shit, like that feels like a lifetime ago, but it was like, you know, only 5 years, 10 years ago. Like, because you literally, you know, you almost become a different person physically as well as just energetically. So that's number one. And then number two, I felt called to talk about relationships tonight, as a lot of people will be shifting their relationships coming up the next couple of months and years, because we're reaching a point, guys, where the energy is just so damn high. There's so much light on this planet that what you got away with in terms of incompatibilities in relationships up until this point isn't going to fly anymore. Hold on one second, I'm going to get some orange juice. It's not going to fly anymore, guys. But ultimately, that's a good thing, because when you settle, you settle. When you tolerate incompatibilities, you're broadcasting the message that which you're worthy of, that which you actually want, you know, somehow you're unworthy of that when you're worthy of it. Does that make sense? So I got this analogy today of like people in your life that you keep inviting over to your house, metaphorical house or physical house, and every time they come over, they throw up, take a dump, however you want it, whatever is more grotesque to you. They take a dump on your living room rug, and you know, at first, it's really annoying, and but you're compassionate and you get where they're coming from, and you know, maybe they traveled a long way, and you know, they leave, you're still nice to them, you clean it up, etc. But you keep inviting them over, and every time they keep throwing up, they keep shitting on your rug. And that's kind of where we're at now in terms of conscious versus unconscious relationships, or just really incompatible relationships, compatible versus incompatible relationships. And it doesn't matter if you're the one inviting people over into your house and they're shitting on your rug, or if you keep going over to someone's house and they keep throwing up all over your nice top, all over your nice new shirt. And again, most of us have been groomed because we cling so much to the physicality of things, where we make excuses for that behavior to keep on going. For many of us, it could be many, many years. We keep tolerating that metaphorical throw up, that metaphorical taking a dump in our house, in our temple, in our life. But again, when you tune into the energetics, that's what's happening. But see, when we get trapped into the physicality of it, you make excuses for the behavior. You throw a label on it which justifies it. Oh, but that's my mom. Oh, but that's my dad. Oh, but that's my sister. Oh, but that's my boss. Oh, but that's my best friend who we've been best friends for 10 years. Oh, that's my realtor. Oh, that's my priest. Whatever. The list goes on and on and on. Oh, that's the woman I always see at the coffee shop that makes my coffee. But see, guys, we're being called as conscious human beings to let go of these relationships that don't serve anymore, that have never served. But now, because there's so much light shining onto the planet now, we can see crystal clear what's always been going on, what's always been underneath the surface. So again, it can be tough at times, because a lot of the times the people doing the dumping or the throwing up on you in your house or in their house, metaphorically, they don't necessarily know that they're even doing it. That's the trippy part. That's where energy reading comes in. It's vital for this decade. But again, guys, even if someone invites you over and they're so unconscious, they don't realize that they're metaphorically throwing up on you, and bringing you down, and again, from one perspective, you're choosing to keep coming, right? I want to keep this not victim-y, but anyways, you keep coming over, right? You keep coming over and over and over. They may not even know what they're doing. So this is a very important piece to get. They may not even know what they're doing. They may not even be able to see or feel that they're hurting you or that they're throwing up on you. But we've reached a point, guys, where that no longer cuts it, right? They may, not be able to even see what they're doing, or B, apologize, but they keep doing it over and over. Every time you do it, they say, oh, I'm so sorry. Here, let me help you clean up. But again, they keep doing it and doing it and doing it. So it's up to us, as humanity is being urged to step into sovereignty, not just in all facets of life, but in relationships especially. It's imperative that we step out of victim mode, and that, again, if it's not working, if they're not seeing it, you have to take the responsibility and exit the scene. You have to take the responsibility of no longer welcoming them into your house or going over to their house. And a lot of the times people don't want to look at this because, again, labels make us feel indebted to people. Oh, but that's your grandma. Oh, but that's your boss. Oh, but that's your neighbor. Oh, but that's the old lady that needs you to move all these boxes for her. And again, if these things feel right, there's nothing wrong with them, obviously. But I'm talking about the majority of the planet that's been putting up with, again, having their boundaries crossed, getting puked on again and again and again, and thinking that they have to withstand that. I'm telling you right now, guys, you don't. That's done. The energy that's here right now, it no longer supports that. It no longer supports martyrdom, victimhood, but that allows us and inquires us to look at our shame. Because when you start not inviting the throw-uppers over, or start going over to their house, stop going over to their house, it's going to bring up shame when you start saying no. That's okay. And it's okay if you kind of teeter-totter. I mean, it's the natural progression. You teeter-totter back and forth of needing to go back to their house and getting thrown up on, or inviting them over and having them take a deuce on your carpet, until enough times it happens and you start waking up to even the shame thoughts. When the shame thoughts come into your head, you can say, wait a minute, these shame thoughts are telling me, but but it's this person, it's a label, it's, it's your mom, it's your priest, it's whatever, it's your coworker. But you'll start to call BS on your own thoughts. Do you see that? You'll start to call BS on, wait a minute, no matter what my past feeling signatures and charged thoughts about this person or the situation is, I get to remember by experiencing this more and more that they're going to throw up on my carpet again. That they may be nice for 20 minutes or an hour or through dinner, there's no problems, but by the end of dinner, I love these metaphors I use, they're going to throw up on my freaking carpet again. And again, you'll reach a point, and the energy is so intense now, guys, where like, you'll no longer want to tolerate it anymore. The illusory payoff of having that connection will no longer be worth it. There'll be too much pain. There'll be too much. You'll be done cleaning up after their shit. Yeah, so that was that point. And then the third thing I wanted to talk about, and is there anything else I want to talk about? That's a huge point, guys. Because again, there's so much programming. There's so much programming of, I need to do this, I need to treat this person this way, I need to keep these people in my life in order to be a good person, in order to be provided for. But again, we're stepping into the truth that the universe fucking loves us. Fucking loves us. And it's about getting really honest with yourself and asking yourself these deep questions of, am I really allowing myself to be at my highest in these relationships? And come at it again from not from a physicality labels, this person is this to me, but from an energetic point of view. How does this person make me feel? Do I feel relaxed? Do I feel expansive when I'm with this person, after I'm with this person? Or do I feel constricted, tight, wanting to leave the room, feeling unsafe to share my thoughts and my emotions with this person? Do they take a dump, again, metaphorically, on my dreams, on my perceptions? Do they validate? Do they validate me as an individual versus trying to have me conform to all of the ways they think about the world? Things like that. Because the third point I wanted to close with was just kind of about the masks. And again, if you wear a mask, I try not to be too duality of like, you wear a mask and that's bad. Not wearing a mask is good, because I don't want to play in that duality too much. But I just want to kind of speak more on the level of mind control I still see going on, and the level of I'm gonna take a glass of water. Hold on a second, guys. Got that distilled water. The level of acceptance and tolerance of these policies. I do a lot of people watching in grocery stores, at cafes and stuff, and it just amazes me. It amazes me how much humanity has given in and has just conformed to what has been pushed on us. It saddens me at times. It kind of excites me at times, because things can only get more intense for people to wake up to what's going on. But it's fascinating. It's fascinating to see people, in a cafe, regardless of what you think of masks, but just in a cafe, not by anyone, 20 feet away from everyone, and wearing a mask. Seeing these old people in the grocery store, God love them, fill their grocery carts with Pepsi and, you know, donuts upon cookies, and you know, they're quite overweight and they're wearing a mask. We live in this inverted matrix where love is shame, or love is fear, and fear is love. Love is shame, shame is love. Abundance, lack, everything's flipped. Oh, they're pooping on your rug? That's good. That means they love you. Metaphorically, how many times have we been through that? We live in this inverted matrix, and it's getting so much more clearer as the days go on. This is for your health. This is what you do for your health, to stay healthy, to save. It's, man, I have so much, I'm in awe. I'm bringing it back to awe. I'm in awe of the human experience right now, and watching people kind of navigate their lives on a more unconscious level, and knowing in some degree I was there earlier on in my life, but man, is it fascinating to watch. Sad at times to watch, but it's amazing to watch. How programmed people are, how aloof, or just, again, unconscious people are to the nature of things, to a truer nature of things. So caught up in the little world that the ego can create, just to try and create this feeling of safety from the external, you know? Do these things that this external system says to do. Eat these foods. Don't talk to these people. Talk to these people. Then you'll be safe. It's all within, guys. The only safety on the external is such an illusion. That's something I've learned the last 5 years very strongly. You've only got what's in you and what you generate from within you. That's it. These systems that don't have the best interest of humanity right now can use safety as a fang bite into them, gotcha, that kind of thing, because there's still fear in most humans around safety, around not feeling safe. And these big companies that say, we'll tell you what to do. We'll tell you what to inject yourself with. We'll tell you, you know, how to keep yourself healthy. You know, these people who are still in fear, who have fear in their body, are, you know, fall hook, line, and sinker to the propaganda, again, that is inverted from one level, from an unconscious level. It says, we got your back. This is what's healthy for you. But on the deeper level, it's inverted. It's that whole, it's okay, put up with the dumping, put up with the throw up on your rug because it's so-and-so. They love you. If you love them, you'll clean up after them every single time. That's what we're stepping out of, guys. Alrighty, I think that's it. I hope this video helps assist you during this time. My PayPal link is somewhere. You can donate if you feel called. Share this with people. The more attention that my videos get on YouTube, the more that I'll use it to share. I enjoy doing YouTube. I don't know how long or how it's gonna work. It's just so it's very saturated now. Not that that's necessarily a bad thing, but I don't know. I feel like I'm not going to be on YouTube forever. But again, what I'm saying is, the more people energize my vids and you know, like, subscribe, comment, engage, the more that I feel called to do videos on YouTube. But I've already done like 150 or something. But again, the more engagement, the more I feel called to do on YouTube. So, all right, guys, have a wonderful night. I will talk to you soon. Be kind to yourself and gentle with yourself, and know that you get through whatever you're going through right now. All right, much love. Peace.